What's happening, everybody? It's Anthony from The Daily Truth. The truth in 5 to 7 minutes. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Integrity beats talent every day of the week and twice on Saturday. That's what today's message is going to be. I hope you like this video and share it and do all the things because it's an important message, and this is important to me. I've been taking some time thinking about this. You know, I like, do I have this discussion or do I not? But I think it's important to discuss before I get into it. And it relates to something personally that I've been going through in my head about an interaction that really has bugged me over the last couple weeks. But I'll get into it in a second. We've got new gear. I have the link in my link tree or on my Instagram page. It takes you directly to the positivity side. I believe as though you could use truth for 15, awake for 15% off. Try a couple of different things. If you're looking, you're having trouble using awake for 15% off, let me know. There's also Anthony. I'll look at those later. But got stuff like double down on you, which I thought was a great theme for today. I'll shift. Got a couple like nothing is impossible out of motivation. Bobby Richardson, what's happening? Showing your, is that in Oregon? That's right. You're from Oregon. You got the Ducks. All right. So I'm going to get right into this. Make sure you check out all those things. Tonight is Wednesday. Make sure you're watching. Make sure if you want to go to my Toastmasters on steroids, come on in, doubledownspeaking.com. You'll get the link. It's free. We have a lot of fun. Part of today's message is regarding that container, that group, and then the actual paid classes that I do and how much it means to me to make sure to protect it. So we go through life so often where we meet people that are incredibly impactful, incredibly talented. Recently, I met somebody through LinkedIn that, you know, we crossed paths. I do believe he's a good human being, good individual, but there was something that we made an agreement on and it just didn't pan out. And I was a part of the program that he did, and it was really good. And that's the thing. I have to separate all of the growth. A lot of times in life, there's going to be, in whether it's in horses with Kelly or whatever it is, there's going to be lessons that you get to learn, personal growth that you get to have. And sometimes the vessel is not the person or the individual that you think they are, or the situation is not right, but that can't tarnish the growth that you made as a human being or as an individual leading in. So there was an agreement that was made, and somehow all of a sudden, because I was the second part of the agreement, things got shifted, and my value as a speaking coach, my value in my program was devalued. And in the end, I definitely could have used the money and needed, you know, whatever the scraps were that were being a part of the class that is 8 weeks, hour and a half per class, plus the final thing at the end, plus the hour each week that I spend in open office hours, which is growing, plus the one-on-one 30 minutes, and then the hours, and then honing in on speech. And just because the price point is a little bit lower doesn't mean the value isn't ridiculous. It's called the beta stage. So it felt disingenuous to bring somebody into my group whose concept on themselves was better than. And I had to protect it against all odds. And what's interesting with me protecting it against all odds is I had faith in God. I doubled down on me, and I doubled down with my belief in God. And I sent one mass email out on Monday before my class started on Tuesday, and poof, I filled all the spots in less than about 2 hours. And I could tell you on Sunday and then Monday morning, I was like, God, just let this fill so that I know that I'm making the right decision. And in all reality, I do believe that I act in an incredibly integrity-driven manner, and it paid off. So my message to you guys is to realize you're going to face, it's a multifaceted message. You're going to face a lot of different personalities, egos, situations in life that are put there, and I firmly believe put there for you from God, that no matter what the vessel is, you know, the vessel sometimes can be something that is not exactly what you hoped it to be, but the messaging is still the same. It goes along with my whole idea of providing a gift to somebody, and when they don't take it at first, eventually it gets beat up and you keep trying to deliver it to somebody. You get that broken package. And finally, by the end of it, the outside looks like crap, but the messaging is still the same. So realize it's not always about the outside individual. It's about the message that you get. So take the different lessons you learn in life, no matter what the individual or the vessel may be, and take them and grow. And I will tell you, there was so much I went through in the 1 month working with this individual because they provided a value and they had such an incredibly intuitive way. Like, I cannot speak higher of the actual ability of the individual, the talent of the individual to get into the psyche and to get into the building of the growth. But then when push came to shove, things changed when it was all of a sudden, I mean, when there's a set agreement, you stand true to your set agreements. Especially since I was on the lower end of it, which is the funny part. But then I was trying to be put on the lower end, and I had to take a step back and breathe in integrity and say, this is what was done. When I don't want to get too much into the story or the minutia of it, but what happened was I had made all this growth. And then for the next week after making this growth, I started to second guess the growth. This is the actual real important part of the message. I started to second guess the growth that I had made because I'm like, why was I listening to this individual? That's bullcrap. And I was angry. But at the end of the day, what I realized was talent does matter when it comes to actually having an effect in fixing the individual or working with the individual. So I took it. I'm like, all the growth and the steps that I have made were completely valid. The issues with integrity does not devalue when somebody's very talented. You've got Hollywood, you've got big business, and I even forgot to mention sports. So like sports is another category where you can have massive amount of talent and just not have a high level of integrity in what you do and still make it. Besides that, 99% plus of the people that we deal with in small business, entrepreneurialism, coaches, regular 9-to-5 jobs, whatever it is, integrity is going to beat. Integrity is going to destroy talent every day of the week, unless you're batting 400 and you're hitting 55 home runs a year in baseball, or unless you're the most talented, best looking actor, whatever it might be. These are the areas that are the exception that makes it a rule. Work in integrity. Realize that you can take things from people that maybe don't operate at that same level and not let it ruin your experience. Don't let it ruin you. The only thing you can control is you, which was one of the things that we really worked on in that month. And I had to remember that. And I want you guys to remember that as well. So whatever is being put in front of you that is positive from God, understand the vessel will not always match the message. And if the vessel does not always match the message, it doesn't take away from the experience and the individual growth you can have. Take that with you guys. Remember to walk in integrity, be a good human being, be kind, double down on you, and do its best to make sure that you are taking care of your family and your life. And sometimes don't get lost in sales. When you push sales, maybe I'll make that a different one. There's so many different philosophies on sales, and that was one of the things that was kind of unfortunately guiding the conversation. I think the lack of integrity might have been based off of too focused on the individual sale instead of in the other person, which is an active listening thing, which you can learn in my speaking classes. Come to my speaking classes. doubledownspeaking.com. It's free on Wednesday nights. Go ahead and register right now. Hopefully I'll see you guys. Looks like we got shared. I'm assuming the high viewership is on Twitter. Yes, it is. Thank you guys so much for checking that out. So doubledownspeaking.com. Go ahead and check out my Instagrams. It's got the link tree. It's got the gear. If you want to check it out, just go to @AnthonyMichaelRusso. That's the gist. Talks about the Century H2O water peptides. If you use Share 15, you've got 2 days till the end of February, unless you're watching on OBBM, to get $15 off your first purchase. So just go to that link, also on Instagram, for Make Wellness. I'm changing things up. I'm going to get off the lean in a couple weeks. I've been taking the fit. The fit is fantastic. I ran last night. I know I'm in the weeds here. I ran a 2 mile with, I've got a thing sore on the bottom of my foot, and I still did my 2 mile on the treadmill at a 6:21 pace. 6:21. 6-minute, 21-second pace with a bad foot. I'm becoming superhuman. What can I say, guys? I'm becoming superhuman. I work out 6 days a week. I feel fantastic. I'm going to start taking the focus with Make Wellness as well. So hit me up if you guys have any questions. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. There is a shirt on the new website, the new Bethechange area of the website, that is Pets Are a Lifetime Commitment. I will be wearing that at one of the points this week as well. Check it out. God bless. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your day. Don't surrender your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. Deuces.